Hey crossword fans! Today we're going to be solving the New York Times crossword for Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. Alright, let's get started. One across, early electric lights. Electric. It's not halogens, is it? Were they early? I feel like they're more recent. Direct marketing tactic. Direct marketing. That's not the same thing as multi-level marketing, is it? I don't know. We have a grid spanner here. Subs reference? Sub. What kind of sub are we talking about here? A substitution? A submarine sandwich? That's interesting. What always ends well? This is wordplay. I wonder if we're talking about the word well. Could it just be an L? The letter L? Puzzle out. Is it suss out? These are very common letters. Ward off bad luck in a Greek tradition. I wonder if I've heard about this. A Greek tradition. Interesting. What passwords unlock? I would want this to be accounts, maybe? Passwords. Arrive curbside. I think this has to be pull up. So that makes me feel pretty good about sus. Oh, we have another grid spanner on the way down. That's interesting. So we have kind of interlaced grid spanners today. Andres Segovia won a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award for it. A Grammy. And it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. I've never heard of this person. We're gonna need a bunch of crossing help, probably. Cyberspace. This is more wordplay, so it's not about the internet. Cyberspace. I wonder if it's like an internet cafe, like a space where you go on the internet? Ward off bad luck. Is it spit? I know in some places you spit to ward off bad luck. I think that's a pretty good guess. Does this P help at all? It means it's not halogens. Electric lights. This one I think we're going to need some crossing help too. I wonder if we can get some of these short downs. Temple Square letters? I've never heard of Temple Square before. Window installations in brief. Window installations. I don't think we're talking about Windows on a PC. Window. It's got to be about panes of glass, right? Unless it's something you put in your window. Sully. Could this be tar, as you would a reputation? P, B, D, T, K, and G. What? Are these like units of measurement? I don't know, like kilograms, grams, time? I don't know about that. Oh, we have a grid spanner in the middle too. Wow, this is a lot of grid spanners. Kitchen flippers. I wonder if it's spatulas of some kind? I don't know. Let's start fresh in this corner here. Modest home in Modesto, say. Oh god, where's Modesto again? Is that in California? Modest home. Is it talking about housing being expensive in California? I'm not sure what this is getting at. Decenters. This is more wordplay. So I guess it's not about throwing someone off kilter. Decenters. I'm not sure where the pun is here. Per. I think this is usually a pop, like each. It's in French. This has got to be literally asking for the French word for it's, which I don't know. Let's look at this grid spanner. Juicy stuff. I really want this to be about gossip. There's so many ways you could phrase gossip, though. Outspoken parenting critic, maybe. I want this to be about an in-law, maybe? Sets up. Oh, man. Boy, we're having a really hard time getting a toehold. First act. Maybe that's an opener? We could build off this P, maybe. Spendy? Spendy. Doesn't that mean something that's expensive? Is that right? Or is it the opposite? Cheap? I don't think so. Decenters. It's in French. It's not lay, is it? No. That's the, isn't it? Let's try these acrosses here. Blank May Gaskin, author of Spiritual Midwifery. Oh god, I've never heard of this person. Fed. Fed. So is this a verb? Or is it an adjective? Oh man. English folk singer Billy. I don't know about that either. Just so. It's not perfect. Just so. They're not afraid to take charge. This feels like it has to be about taking maybe a credit card charge. Take charge. I guess it could be about electrical charge also. Maybe it's about electricians? I don't know. Media-based learning sites informally. Oh my god. Media-based learning sites? Is this like some kind of school? Probably gonna end in an S? Socializes. Is it tames, like as you would an animal? I wonder. Fly traps. This is more wordplay. So it's not about Venus fly traps. Is it about fly balls in baseball? Or flies on a pair of pants? Fly traps. Noted name in lithographs. Oh god, so is this an artist? I don't know. Inveigled? Inveigled. Is that like railing against something? I'm not sure. I think I'm thinking of the word invade. Boy. Mass apparel. So this is apparel that you would wear at mass, like in a church? It's not a habit. Oh my god. Is it gonna be plural? I think it might have to be. Is this gonna be an S? Hanes brand once sold in ovoid packaging. Is this legs? That was pantyhose that came in kind of egg shapes. Okay. Had a hiccup. Is this talking literally about a hiccup? The case, so to speak. The case. Is this a legal case? So to speak? My goodness. These clues are all very ambiguous so far. Record company behind and inside Pink Floyd's See Emily Play. What does this mean, inside? Does that mean it's EMI? Because there's EMI in Emily? I bet it is. Spin right round. This is another wordplay clue. So it's not just about doing an about face. Spin right round? Boy, I have no idea. What might remove all of your problems? This is another wordplay clue. Remove all of your problems. Is it talking about maybe problems on a blackboard? Could it be an eraser? Oof, I don't know. These are nice common letters again, though. Arkansas Paul Hutchinson. Is it Asa? I'm not sure about that. Galley command. Like a galley is in a kitchen? Command. Unhappy chorus. That could be jeers. There we go. Okay, we've got a J to build off of. That's nice. Jumps from one foot to the other. Is this talking about ballet? That would be a jeté, right? Jetés. 1988 Summer Olympics host. I want to say that was Seoul, South Korea. Is that right? And does this reference that? Carrier to 46 across for short. So this has got to be the Korean airline, right? Is it KAL? I'm not actually sure what their airline is called. Galley command. Who's giving a command? The chef? Cleans up like the Pied Piper. Cleans up? Is it like D-Rats? Because he let all the rats out of town? Is that right? Galley. Is this talking about copy editing? Is this stat? Can a galley also be about like a magazine? Is that right? I'm not sure about this. I want to say this is an A. We do have quite a bit of crossing help here. A Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Boy, I just have no knowledge about this. Till the end of time. I really want this to be Evermore. That looks really good. Had a hiccup. Is it just about hitting a snag, kind of? We have an R, the case, so to speak. Oh, man. Media-based learning sites? I wonder if it's going to start with TV, just based on this V here. So... oh, man. We have EO, Fair Hiring Agency. It's not like an equal employment office. Oof, man. What would be the last letter there? 90 degrees. Is this just about a right angle? Or is this trigonometry? Is it a sine? This looks kind of weird. SEO? Oof, man. Kitchen flippers. It almost feels like it does end in spatula or spatulas. So I'm gonna put that in. Let's see if that helps. This is not cosine or tangent. Word on many no trespassing signs. I think you see posted in big letters on a lot of no trespassing signs. Pilots EG. Okay, well, this could be a hidden proper noun because I think there's a pen called a Pilot, a brand of pen. I don't think it's going to be pen, though. There's Palm Pilots. Those don't really exist anymore. Pilots. Lights, like a pilot light on a stove. Certain Thanksgiving dish. Boy, this could be a lot of things. It ends in a T? That's a little weird. 90 degrees, right? Oh boy. I wonder if we could have any luck in this corner here. Went after. Is this about pursuing someone, or is it just about performing after someone else? Went after. Band-aids? I don't think this is about adhesive strips. Band-aids. I would want it to be about like roadies or something. Band-aids. Something that helps a musical band. New Orleans setting abbreviated. Okay, well, I think they would be on Central Time, right? So they don't specify if it's daylight or standard. I'm gonna guess that they just mean standard here. And because we have this C, I'm gonna go ahead and put K for Korea here. It could be KAL, but it could be some other things too. Spin right round. Boy. Device sold with a remote. I mean, there's so many things. Is it some kind of TV? God, who knows? We got an S, went after. I wonder if this could be assailed. Yeah, you're like attacking someone. Device sold with a remote. Oh my god, are they talking about a Wii? A Nintendo Wii? God, that's so specific for such a general clue. Home to England's Jurassic Coast. Oh my god. I mean, I don't know. It could be like Sussex. That would fit. Band-aids. It is plural. Fan settings. Is it talking about a fan that blows air? It could also just be talking about a place where you would find fans. Which could be a lot of things like conventions or stadiums, arenas maybe. Team that briefly changed its name during the 1950s to appease McCarthyites. That has got to be the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be a Red during the 1950s. Break off. It's not cleave. Huh. Okay, so this is not Sussex. Can we think of somewhere in England that begins with a D? Boy, I don't know. Fan settings. Maybe it's just speeds. Yeah, like a ceiling fan. Break off. Word that's a homophone of its middle letter. Well, unfortunately, we don't have the middle letter here. I mean, it has to be a word that sounds like a letter. C? B? No. Oh, man. We looked at all of these. We did get a W here. Spin right round. Black something? I don't think a B here is super likely, although it is maybe an acronym. Huh. Is it about gambling somehow? Oh man. We've looked at almost everything, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Oh man. Well, I mean, we could run through the alphabet. You know what would work here actually? I think R. Because that's a homophone of the letter R. Okay, so maybe that'll help. It's not Surrey. This has to be Reds. Jurassic Coast. Derby? Is that a place? I don't even know. Is this an A? Break off. Is it Snap? That doesn't really sound right. Juicy stuff. I wonder if this is an S. Could this be plural? Band-aids. Maybe this is an L. Maybe this is an S. It feels like there should be a T, like ists. Oh, maybe it's set lists. So they remember what songs to play? Is that right? Jurassic Coast. Doubly disadvantageous. We didn't look at this clue. So this has got to be lose-lose, right? Nice, okay. 90 degrees. Is that just east on a compass? Oh my god. Is this EEO, Equal Employment Office? What is going to go at the end? We have a lock. Rotate clockwise? Oh my god. Because you're spinning right? Oh my goodness. That was so hard. This has got to be Dorset. I've heard of Dorset. Is this chop? Break off? It feels like this should be details, so maybe this is stop. Like you're breaking off an engagement. My goodness. That's kind of figurative. Details. Okay, so it feels like it is talking about gossip, like juicy details. I don't know how it's going to start, though. Pilots. This could be talking about television pilots. Could it be tests? Yeah, in a more general sense. Yeah, I think it could be. So we have a T here, just so. To a T. We would have an O here. This would be an A. Teaching assistants often. I wonder if this is talking about people or something a little more abstract. Outspoken parenting critic. What are they talking about? Maybe? We're not gonna get that. They're not afraid to take charge. Is this just fearless leaders? Oh my god. These grid spanners have been more literal than I was expecting them to be so far. Fearless leaders. Okay. Is this a guitar? It looks like it's going to end in guitar, doesn't it? For it. Oh my god. We did get a U here. The case, so to speak. The case. I'm on the case? Had a hiccup. Maybe it's faltered? So... The case? What in the world? Is it true? Cyberspace. Storage? I mean, are they just talking about digital storage? That's such a weird clue. Why is this true? The case, so to speak. This one doesn't make sense to me. That is so weird. What does that mean? Okay, so media-based learning sites, AV, audio visual. Maybe it's AV labs, like in a high school or something. Mass apparel. Okay, an alb is something a priest wears. It's like a priest frock. Okay. Unveiled. It's not roamed, is it? Would this be an R? Cyril guitar? Sittle guitar? Is it some kind of specific guitar? It feels like this is going to end in ED. So that doesn't help too much. What kind of spatula is this? What passwords unlock? ESS, is that right? What passwords unlock? Man, you know, this suffix really looks strange to me, this ESS. It almost makes me wonder if sus is not right. Puzzle out. Oh man, and this true is still bothering me. The case, so to speak. I guess maybe it's like in the phrase, if that's the case, if that's true. Oh my goodness, that was so hard to see. Okay, I guess that does make sense. Still, this is looking very strange. Puzzle out. What passwords unlock? My goodness. Early electrical lights. I do wonder if that means that this is going to end in an S, though. So, something spatulas that starts with an S? I would want it to be like pancake spatulas. Oh my goodness. Decenters. Boy, we really had to build all the way up from the bottom on this puzzle. And it takes so much longer that way. Noted name in lithographs. I would really want this to be Ives, maybe, like Currier and Ives, because I think they made very popular lithographs in like the 19th century. I wonder if Thames is not right. Is this Ives? That would give us a V here. These aren't vitamins, are they? I don't think so. P, B, D, T, K, and G. I mean, if this V is right, it really makes me think there's an E here. I think we can probably put ED here pretty safely. Is this slotted spatulas? That's a thing. Oh man. Direct marketing. Is it a phone call? I would want it to be a cold call. Does that mean pull up is not right? Has that been throwing us off from the beginning? Let's try cold call here. Oh my god, this is access, of course. Early electric lights. Arc lamps? Does that mean this is Mar instead of tar? Arc lamps. That would give us a C here. Oh my god. Classical guitar? Is this not L? I was so sure about that. What always ends well. I mean, I think this has to be classical guitar, so let's put that in. Classical guitar. Okay. And then maybe this is coaxed, unveiled. And then this could be mixes, right? For socializes? That's great. Fly traps. I mean, this is probably going to end in an S? Huh. Traps. This isn't talking about like a trap in chess, right? This couldn't be mates? Fly? Why would it be fly, though? That doesn't make sense. Arrive curbside. Is it roll up? And then this is L's plural. Oh, God. Okay, so I guess it's roll up. And then I think maybe this is arc lamps. I think that was a good thought. So let's put in arc lamps. And then this is looking like it's going to be LDS, Latter-day Saints, the name for the Mormon church. So I guess Temple Square is maybe where the main LDS church is. This has got to be air conditioners, of course. That's something you would install in a window. Wow, I still have no idea what this is. Subs reference. Okay, so this must be a substitute teacher. And I guess it's going to be classroom something roster? Is that what it is? Classroom roster? So are these plosives? I guess in speech, these are kind of plosive, right? You get kind of an expulsion of air when you pronounce them. My goodness. Are these mites? Fly traps? Why would it be mites? I mean, that's a different kind of bug, right? Fly, Spendy. Okay, this is steep. It is about being expensive. Subject of the 2021 documentary Once Upon a Time in Queens. Is it Mies? M-E-E-S? Mies? Oh god, let's come back to that. Decenters. It's not cores, is it? D-E-centers? Bores? Oh my goodness. It's in French. I wonder if it's day. I think that's kind of like a possessive word in French, right? So, modest home in Modesto. Good lord, I have no idea. This has got 2 E's. Outspoken parenting critic. Is it about a teenager? Because they'd be criticizing their own parents. Teenager. Oh my god, that fits. That's so crazy. Sets up. That could just be arranges, right? Okay. So, what? Modest home in Modesto. My goodness, I have no idea. It feels like this has to be Ina May. Fed. This ends in 2 G's. Oh god. It's a name. Okay. Just so. I think it has to be to a T. So, a Thanksgiving dish? Certain Thanksgiving dish. A gravy boat? Oh my god. It's actually talking about the dish itself. It's the thing that's carrying the gravy. That is so hard. Okay, so that makes me think this is probably Billy Bragg. I think we've maybe seen that name once before, actually. And teaching assistants are probably graders. Fed. Fed? Is it a G-man? Like somebody that works for the federal government? My goodness. Juicy stuff. This has got to be intimate details. Yeah, there we go. So, is this in Spanish? Maybe it's casita, like a diminutive casa. So this is se instead of de. Okay, I'm glad I'm learning French today. It is cores. Why is it cores? Decenters. I mean, cores are centers of things. I guess this is making a joke about taking out the center of something. You're decentering it like you would an apple. You're coring it. Oh my god. Okay. Is it Mies? Edwin Mies? Wasn't that like Bush's AG or Reagan's AG or something? Once Upon a Time in Queens? Is that right? That seems wrong. Mites, fly traps. Mites. Well, I don't think we're going to get any more information, so let's throw an E in here. That's our best guess, and see if that'll do it for us. So close. Oh, crumbs. Yeah. Something's wrong, and I have a feeling it's here. Classroom roster. I think all of this has to be right, except this. Fly traps. I think this is right too. Slotted spatula, plosive mixes, yeah. So, oh, you know what? Oh my god, how did I not see this? I think it's 2 baseball clues crossing each other, because it is about fly balls in baseball. You would trap a fly ball in your mitt, and then this must be about the Mets because they're based in Queens. Oh, what a relief. All right, let's throw this T in there finally and see if that will, in fact, do it for us. All right, a Saturday puzzle in 46 minutes. Boy, thanks for sticking with me through that very long solve. Today's puzzle was so challenging. I think, of course, part of it is we always have a longer solve when we can't get started in the northwest corner. If you have to build up from the bottom, it's always harder. And I think that's because you're starting with the ends of words, and that always seems less helpful than starting with the beginnings of words. I feel like words are less identifiable by their ends. But yeah, so many of these clues were really general. Like subs reference, yeah, I mean, this could be talking about any number of different kinds of subs, and you have to determine that it's talking about a substitute teacher, and they're looking at a classroom roster. And we even knew that this was probably about gossip, but the right way to phrase it was super hard to come by. My goodness, we had some tough names. Bragg, Billy Bragg. Ina Mae Gaskin. Yeah, that made this section kind of hard. Parenting critic teenager. I mean, that is super, super tricky. And slotted spatula. I mean, there's a lot of things you can use in the kitchen to flip things. So yeah, on a lot of these, we just needed a ton of crossing help to get started. And that was hard to come by on such a tricky puzzle. Spin right round. That's pretty clever, actually. And this one, yeah, it's almost like the challenge today was taking clues that are very general and figuring out what specifically they're talking about. Like, this is talking about ballet, and there's no indication at all that we're talking about ballet in this clue. But of course, that's the fun of solving a Saturday puzzle. It's the hardest puzzle of the week, and this one was definitely a good challenge today. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed solving that Saturday puzzle with me. It's time for your fearless leader to sign off for now. I'll see you next time.